Heading into their last home games of the 2013 Australian Ice Hockey League against the Sydney Bears, Perth Thunder was sitting fourth on the league ladder and on the brink of their first finals appearance. It was essential they won both games to keep the dream alive. It was in fact the Thunder goaltender Dan Clark who was the first to make a save. Soon after, the Thunder were gifted a golden opportunity. Thomas Lander's underhit pass was intercepted by Sam Wilson, who fed Jordan Kairos, but his first timer was blocked by Jim Zvoneček. A fortuitous deflection minutes later fell to David Ruck, but his lifted shot was also blocked. The puck rebounded and the Bears scrambled it clear. Rick Del Basso then found Wilson wide on the left in space, and he was unlucky to see his slap shot ricochet off the frame of the goal. With the Bears short-handed, Brian Berger carried the puck to halfway before passing to Dan Mole, whose pass into the slot was inch perfect for Kenny Rolfe to score the opening goal and give the Thunder a 1-0 lead. Dan Mole's pass is perfection, and Kenny Rolfe's one-timer leaves Zvoneček absolutely no chance. The start of the second period, and once again the Thunder were on the attack. Rolfe fed Mole, who this time looked to set up Berger in the slot, but his effort was superbly blocked by Zvoneček. Less than a minute later, Berger showed his speed across the ice and looked certain to score, but Zvoneček saved again. From the face-off that followed that attack, Sam Wilson cleverly fed Cam Walsh, who in turn set up Rick Del Basso on the blue line, and his first timer saw the Thunder stretch their lead to 2-0. From behind the goal, one can appreciate the pace of Del Basso's shot, and had little time Zvoneček had to react. The Bears looked to bounce back immediately, and Dan Clark had to be at his best to block and freeze the puck from a slap shot. Lucas Manco then looked as if he was going to go coast to coast for the Bears, but his pass to the goal crease was intercepted. The puck came back to Edoin, but his effort from the blue line was deflected away from goal. Still, the Bears kept attacking, and only another superb save from Dan Clark prevented them closing the deficit. Short-handed, the Thunder counter-attacked. Robert Hazelhurst found Dan Mole on halfway, but he failed to finish the move only because of another fine save from Zvoneček. Mole, however, was determined to keep the attack alive and scrapped hard to win back possession, and was rewarded for his efforts when he fired home a pass from Berger to make it 3-0 to the Thunder. Berger picked out Mole in space, but he did exceptionally well to fire home his backhand shot while off balance. Seconds after the restart and still short-handed, Mole looked set to grab a fourth, forcing Zvoneček to scramble but failing to get a shot away. With less than a minute left in the period, the Thunder flooded forward. Kairos' first effort hit the defender, his second was saved, but on hand to steer the rebound home was Sam Wilson. 4-0 to the Thunder. Kairos fires his second attempt at goal. Zvoneček blocks, but perfectly placed is Wilson to slide the puck over the goal line. The Thunder were majestic entering the final period. Rolfe fed Andrew Cox, who managed to evade 4 defenders and fire off a shot, but was denied by another good save by Zvoneček. Despite being short-handed, the Bears looked for a lifeline to get them back in the game. They battled hard, but when Lander's shot sailed wide, one felt it wasn't to be their day. But they never gave up, and were quick to break out of defence into attack. But once again, Dan Clark stood tall to deny Schlamp. Wave after wave of attacks came from the Bears, but the Thunder closed them down at every opportunity, as Del Basso demonstrated. But no one was more determined to keep them scoreless than the Thunder goaltender Dan Clark, who continued to make outstanding saves. The Thunder did have attacks of their own. Mole looked to set up Rolfe, but he pushed his effort wide of the post, much to the anguish of the packed Perth Ice Arena. Soon after, Ruck deked Zvoneček, but with the netminder helpless, saw his shot rebound off the post. Zvoneček then pulled off a miraculous save to deny Jonathan Bremner the rebound. The Thunder maintained possession and looked to stretch the Bears' defence, but once again Zvonicic saved and froze the puck to deny Bremner. It was all Thunder in the dying minutes as tempers started to fray, but they simply could not force the puck over the line for a fifth. Wilson battled furiously at the crease but was unsuccessful. Then again Zvonicic saved superbly to deny Cox. When the final siren sounded, the Thunder fans roared. The Thunder and Dan Clark had their first shutout of the season, and their finals hopes were still on track. The final score: Perth Thunder 4, Sydney Bears 0.